In this video we're going to be taking a look at the ARB Outback 945, the RD 945 drawer system, the installation process to a degree, and the drawer system itself, and the bits and bobs I've installed around the drawer system just to make my life easier. If my hair changes length throughout this video, it's because it took a while to put together and I had a lockdown haircut. Enjoy. So once the seats were removed, then we laid down some soundproofing. This covers the bed of the rear as well as a few panels on the sides. The drawer system itself has 4 mounting points. 2 are taken up at the front end of the drawers or the back of the car in these mounting holes. The other 2 mounting points are in the brace that runs across the back end of the load space, and these have to be drilled right through the car and bolted underneath. After that, we fabricated a bracket for the compressor to sit on. This tucked neatly into the near side wing at the back. This is a finished view of the bracket. The bracket was then installed into the near side wheel arch, into where the jack, the factory jack for the car normally sits. And this is just a final view what it looks like when the compressor is fully installed onto that bracket. Okay, so this is the car prior to the install of the drawer system. As you can see, Chris has carpeted it all. This panel here is part of the ARB floor kit for the drawer system. You need this because the drawers sit fairly back, and without this they don't sit at the right height. I will post a part number in the description of this video. So when you order the 945 drawers, if you have the ARB Outback, you need to order the specific floor fitting kit for the 7-seat Prado, which this is. Now the other thing to know about the Kakadu version, or should I say the Invincible X version, and possibly some of the high spec models, is that the wing kit for the ARB drawer system doesn't fit, and as I understand it, there is no wing kit for the Kakadu. The wing kit being the bits that run down the side of the drawer system, which basically frame it to the edge of the vehicle. The reason they don't fit is because on a normal car, I believe, you don't have all of this. This is something to do with the air conditioning system. You've got a big blower unit here and a big air box of some sort here, and I believe that's something to do with the 3-zone air conditioning. The other thing you don't have, generally speaking, is this, which is the subwoofer. So if you want this higher end model, you either do without these items, or you keep them and find another way to install it. So as you saw before, this is the ARB air compressor mounted into where the jack would ordinarily be. This is going to be the air line here, which will run out to a ARB hose coupler here. This here is the little shunt which is going to connect to the voltage meter, the little display meter, which shows you what the split charge system is going to do. So moving on to the carcass then. Next job was to fit the C-Tech and the Smart Pass to the right hand side of the drawer system carcass. Next, the left hand side panel with the meter, the switches and the air coupling were all fitted. Then a trial fit of the carcass with all the electrics in place prior to final collection. Right, the drawer system, when finished, looks something like this. You've got two almost full width drawers. They're 50 centimetres across, so basically you've got a metre of storage between the two of them, almost, give or take, for the space the rails and runners take up. Ordinarily you'd have a bit of storage under these little quarter sections on the wings, tops of the wings, but because they're so small on the Kakadu version, down to the fact the actual space in the chamber is a bit smaller, this has just got gubbins for the electrics in this one, and the C-Tech split charge system under this one, so there's no real storage space on the sides of this car. As I say, the drawers themselves are 50 centimetres wide. The full length of the external of the drawer is about 88 centimetres, and inside you've got about 84 useful centimetres, and on the width you've got around 43 useful centimetres. One downside to these drawers is there's quite a lot still unusable. It's difficult to get to because there's still quite a lot of drawer inside here. Just for your information, from the front edge here to the back of the drawer itself is around 34 centimetres, and the bit that's in the open space is around 49 centimetres. So you've got like over a third of the drawer underneath and difficult to access, which is a bit disappointing, but my understanding is these drawers can carry 100 kilos each, and if they came all the way out they probably wouldn't be able to do that. You can get round that by putting inner bags into these drawers, which I will be doing at some point, and then you can take the whole bag out to access the stuff that's buried deep back there. The drawers have got quite big, solid, chunky handles, which are unfortunately plastic, but they feel pretty tough in fairness. I don't think you're going to break them easily. Both lock, and they have one key which unlocks them both, which is useful. On the side panel, on the near side panel on the wing kit, I've got the Victron energy monitor. Now this can monitor the voltage in my auxiliary battery, as well as any drain on that battery. It will also monitor, if you have a solar panel, the energy going into the battery. So at any one time you can get a pretty clear readout of just how much longer you can go on battery power. Beneath that we've got two switches. One is for the lights on the door, the other one is for the ARB pump compressor that's fitted inside there. This is obviously the airline takeoff for, plugging your airline in. On the near side wheel arch trim, there are two 12-volt sockets, and on the other side of the car another accessory socket and a dual high power USB with a voltmeter. Moving into the rear of the car, I'll show you the fuse box. The C-Tech dual battery system is all linked to a fuse box, which then goes out to any peripherals that I choose to run off the auxiliary battery. Okay, this is a 12 gang marine fuse box by Blue Sea. It gives me the capacity for 12 devices connected to it, and I think it's about it's either 100 amp or 120 amp is the total draw I can put on it. If I just take that off, you can basically see all your fuses are in line here underneath your positive terminals, and all your negative terminals are handled on this panel here. This is actually mounted to a board which is attached to the back of the drawer system. So the back of the drawer system carries on into the car, in towards the back there. At the moment there's nothing else attached to that panel. Okay, well, I hope you found that video useful in some small way. If you did, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing. I should just say by way of disclaimer that all the parts featured in this video were bought and paid for by me, and I'm not sponsored by any product company. However, Hornet Customs in Ipswich did fit the parts for me at a very reasonable cost, but that in no way influences my review of these bits and bobs. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.